right, well, hello there. My name is Rotimi, and I'm responsible for the Windows Business Division, covering Sub-Saharan Africa. I'm really privileged to have met with many of you business leaders over the last couple of years, had a chance to talk to many of you in person about Windows and about Microsoft technology. I'd like to spend 10 minutes taking you through some of the key features of Windows 10, and hopefully I can convince you to start to deploy and use Windows 10 in your environments. As I travel across the region, and indeed as we rolled up to the launch of Windows 10, we spent a lot of time talking to senior leaders like yourselves and our partners across the world about the key things that are keeping you up all night, the key initiatives that you're driving, the key challenges that you face, and the key opportunities that you see. Microsoft's stated vision is to empower every single one of our customers and partners, indeed every person around the world, to accomplish more. In doing so, we want to make sure that technology is actually serving your needs. So we heard a lot from you about some of the challenges you see. We heard about the need to reduce fragmentation in your IT environments. We heard about the importance of making sure that technology actually delivers to the bottom line of an organization. Stronger ROI. We heard about the importance of leveraging enterprise mobility solutions and technology in mobile scenarios. We heard about the need to keep data secure. In fact, security is one of probably the key elements that we heard about during our various conversations. And it continues to be a high priority for all our customers. And it's clear why. We know that you have security solutions in place today, but I think we'll all agree that security is evolving and the threat levels that we're seeing from cyber warfare, from ransomware, are just continuing to increase. You need an operating system. Indeed, you need a platform that's secure and reliable, that enables you to conduct business with peace of mind, knowing that your data is secure, that your processes are secure. The Windows 10 operating system is the most secure one ever built by Microsoft. And there's a few key value proposition elements that we're introducing with Windows 10, which I'd like to discuss with you today. So security remains a key priority for us, and that's clear. In addition to that, though, we focused on providing continuous innovation around deployment. Those of you who've used Windows for a while would recall that deploying Windows can be time-consuming. Wiping and replacing, saving data externally, doing provisioning of a large number of devices at the same time can take time, and there's some cost involved. With Windows 10, we've implemented in-place deployments that make it easier and faster for our customers to upgrade to Windows 10. In fact, you can upgrade your machine while it's using it for Windows 7 and 8.1 devices. It's easier, it's quicker, it's safer, it's less costly. We also improve productivity and the efficiency with which you and your employees can work. With Windows 10, you've got a cloud-based operating system that'll work on tablets, work on phones, laptops, two-in-ones, all-in-ones, desktops, the same operating system, so have a converged environment and a converged application platform as well. And that just offers a lot of benefits in terms of productivity improvements, efficiency in terms of how work is done in your environment. We're focusing on what's really important though. What's really key is making sure that you can work, you can explore business opportunities, you can add value for existing customers and create value for new ones in a secure environment. There's 4 key elements of security that we're introducing that we believe provide better and stronger benefits for your organization. Identity protection has improved with Windows 10. We're securing identities, we're securing devices, we're providing threat resistance. Most important of all, we're making sure we help secure the information, the data that you have in your environments. Now, many of you are already using Windows 7 today, and some have been contemplating whether or not or when to move to Windows 10. I know historically many of you had waited for a while for a few service packs, wait to make sure that it's stable. Windows 10 is by far the safest and most secure version of Windows ever produced. Evidence of that is reflected in the announcement by the US Department of Defense just a couple of weeks ago to deploy Windows 10 on all 4.5 million of its devices within the next year. As the CIO, Terry Halverson, basically stated that the Department of Defense is probably one of the most attacked organizations in the world, wants to improve productivity and efficiency in its environment. It wouldn't make that move unless it was convinced and it had tested Windows 10 and believed that it's stable and provides such security benefits that justify an accelerated move. I mean, 4.5 million devices over a one-year period is a large undertaking by any stretch. So for all you public sector organizations out there, leaders in the private sector as well, as you're thinking about whether or when to deploy Windows 10, I think we have a good third-party proof point here. We're happy to share more detail with you. Please go ahead and ask your Microsoft account manager for more information if you need it, or links to this blog post that I'm showing on the screen. But essentially, it's great to note that our customers are starting to deploy Windows 10 increasingly. We've got well over 200 million customers around the world already on Windows 10. Well over 20 million of those are in the enterprise space, in the commercial space, and that trend just continues to grow. And here's why. There's differentiated benefits that we're introducing in terms of security features and functionality. Allow me to spend just a couple of minutes taking you through 4 key security parameters we've introduced, all new with Windows 10. First of all, in terms of securing your identities, typically you all use passwords today to log into your devices. With Windows 10, we're augmenting passwords with PIN, with personal identification numbers. And that just improves the value in terms of the security infrastructure in place on your devices. Windows Hello and Microsoft Passport enable us to benefit from biometrics functionality as well as multi-factor authentication. Secondly, securing corporate identities. We enable stronger security features around corporate identities with Credential Guard, with hardware-based credential isolation, a feature not available on earlier versions of Windows. Thirdly, when you think about having trustworthy and secure software in your environments, eliminating malware, which typically seeps in when you're booting up a device. We help to secure your environment against malware attacks with our Trusted Boot and Device Guard. And finally, your data. Protecting sensitive corporate data, the new feature we're introducing, Enterprise Data Protection, which enables the encryption of data in your environments on Windows 10 devices. Now, these are features and functionality that we're introducing with Windows 10 that provide tangible value to your organizations. So I would ask you, if you're using Windows 7 today in your environment, and you have the potential to benefit from all of these key new features I just talked about, isn't it worth testing it out, deploying Windows 10, and starting to benefit from these new features and functionality? We understand that deployment can happen over a period of time. One of the reasons why I passionately talk to customers about starting to use Windows 10 is I want them to benefit. I want all our customers to be on the most modern operating system possible. Indeed, that's Microsoft's strategy. It's one of the reasons why we're making the Windows 10 upgrade free for consumers, as well as our small and medium-sized businesses who are using Windows Professional. And certainly our customers on enterprise agreements with software assurance, you can download those bits today and start to utilize them. This is the benefit of incremental value that we are looking to bring to our customers as we empower every individual on the planet to achieve more. Many of you are on Windows 7, so let me take a minute to draw some comparisons between what you have in terms of security functionality with Windows 7 and the improvements we're introducing with Windows 10. First of all, from an identity and protection perspective, as you see on the slides here, we're relying primarily on passwords with Windows 7. We're introducing personal identification number protection, so multi-factor authentication with Windows 10. In terms of data protection, I talked a little bit about enterprise data protection we're introducing with Windows 10, which we believe is an absolute game changer in terms of enterprise-grade security functionality on devices in a corporate environment. Thirdly, threat resistance remains key. We all love to use applications, and increasingly we use apps to get things done. But how do we lock down apps in our environment such that our data isn't compromised? How do we use applications smartly to provide certain types of information to certain key individuals in certain scenarios such that we can work smartly and make data-driven decisions? We're thinking about ways to help you to make smarter use of mobile scenarios. And finally, device security, locking down devices, locking down your platform, making sure that if a device gets lost or misplaced, we can centrally wipe any sensitive data off it. Hardware protection from when you switch on the device to when you switch it off with Device Guard. These key features I outlined here provide you with some clear indication of the improvements we've made to Windows and to the Windows platform with Windows 10 over Windows 7. If you haven't talked to your CIOs, your IT managers, IT directors about Windows 10 yet, we encourage you to have a discussion with them and ask about what security features, what benefits would your organization have by testing Windows 10, by deploying it in your environments. All right, so now that I've gone through a few of the key benefits of Windows with the new updates we've made, let me quickly summarize if I may. First of all, in terms of security features, there's a lot more to offer with Windows 10. In terms of the user experience, customers who are familiar with Windows 7 or even XP will be productive on Windows 10 from day one. Look and feel, the usability and user experience are consistent with those of these earlier versions of Windows. We provide continuous innovation with the in-place deployment, and we provide a platform that enables you to enjoy mobile scenarios with hundreds of thousands of line of business applications, consumer applications in our Windows environment, all within one converged application environment. So here's what I'd like you to do. First, talk to your teams about making sure that they're deploying Windows 10 in their environments, a handful of machines in different departments to test the performance, the functionality, the new security features. Join our Windows Insider program. Completely free. It enables you to share feedback with us on what we can do to make Windows better. Or have someone on your team join by going to Windows Insider program and providing us with that feedback. We look forward to getting more feedback from you. We look forward to hearing about what Windows 10 is doing to help improving your businesses. Thank you for your time today, and I look forward to our next session.